Hey y'all, I'm Tiffany Black,
And I'm Brittany Inge,
and this is Atlas Talking
or
Money.
what I like to call the ATM podcast.
Swipe, swipe.
We're clocked. We're clocked in.
We're clocked in.
In your career journey, was there a moment like where you felt like you were at your lowest financially? And if yes, like did that shift something for you?
I know exactly what it was. It was
Okay.
like 2012 at the beginning. It was like January. I just came back home from Christmas because I wasn't the girl that couldn't go home for Christmas. I couldn't take it. I needed to be with my family. I needed to be what with at least with what was familiar. Christmas is on December 25th, and when you get back, it's after the first. And I didn't have people money. I didn't have them people money. I thought some things were gonna come in and they didn't. And then I had this friend girl, and she was like, "Girl, I found out about these affordable apartments in LA. It's not Section 8, but you get on the list. It's like rent controlled apartments. New buildings get discounts from the government if they reserve a certain amount of them." We did this for probably like a week straight in January of 2012. None of those apartments came in. I think I lasted until May, and I just got too far behind. I can't show up to auditions in any good form at this point. I can't eat. I've tried it all. And this is not me just going on auditions and waiting by the phone. I had written and produced short films, applied to writing fellowships at this point. I was trying. I was mad at God. And
Mm-hmm.
it felt like God had left me, and it felt like God had forgotten about me. Like the plan was just like to then move to Atlanta and like stay there for 6 months and then go back for a pilot season. I did move to Atlanta, but I was in Atlanta for what I thought was going to be 6 months. It ended up being 4.5 years. I got a call about one of those apartments almost 5 years later.
Wow.
Delay is not denial. I knew I needed to do something, and I thought the quick answer was the apartments. It ended up being the long answer. You ain't never been broke.
No,
Because she's never been broke.
that is not true. I will say this, I've been blessed. I'm not going to say I've been like without any resources, right? I have had broke moments. And the brokest moment that is coming to mind is 2018, early 2018. I'm feeling myself because I just left my full-time job. I used to work at Tyler Perry Studios.
Yes, I remember
Yeah,
that.
on the corporate side, studio operations side. And so I sat at a desk, I had health benefits and I was just, that was my day job. I had saved enough money and I had finally left that job in 2017. I was working regularly in theater. I was feeling myself. I'm like, I'm a full-time artist. I'm going for it. It got real, real quick. And I found myself driving Uber. I remember one day I drove you around for a whole day. Remember that?
I remember that.
And you paid me
We called it Uber Pure.
Uber Pure. That's exactly
Uber Pure. That was
gonna
a
work.
fun
It
day.
was fun. And you were like, you were gonna work anyway. Like I was doing whatever I had to do to make ends meet because that money that I saved had dwindled very quickly. And I was trying to move to New York City. I'd hit a ceiling in Atlanta and I was like, it's time for me to move. With what money? Of all the times to move, I'm trying to move when things are pretty lean.
Lean is
Okay.
good. Lean is good, friend.
And I moved to New York and continued to struggle, honestly, financially, spiritually, emotionally.
Continued to struggle.
It wasn't like no immediate thing, but all of 2018 was really tough, like January to August when I eventually moved. I was scraping and scrounging and figuring it out for that whole time. In September, at the end of September, I'm living in New York, dealing with like new location depression, a little bit of seasonal depression was trying to creep in. I'm like, why did I do this? I get an audition for a show called Boomerang. September. Here's the whole story. I get the audition and I'm like, okay, great. I tape it in my little New York sublet. Then I get a call back. It tapes in Atlanta and they want me to do the callback in person in Atlanta. Y'all, I don't have any money, legitimately. So now here's that credit card. We back to credit card. That credit card had to come out because I have to go to this callback. I put that money on that credit card and took that flight, flew in for the day, did the callback and came back. A week later, I found out I got the job. It was a very low point, but out of it came.
Always.
But what I guess what it changed for me or what it taught me is that all seasons are temporary, even the good ones. The lean seasons are temporary, but so can those robust, fruitful seasons be. And so you have to plan and treat yourself, your energy, and your money accordingly.